in the world. This is Nickey, your Adventure Radio Works world host. And today I just want to talk a little bit about energy. So energy has got a different meaning for everybody. So the questions I've got is, what does energy mean to you? How do you become energized? And how can you obtain energy in a positive way? And most importantly, why to focus on positive energy? Over to you, Marina.
Wow, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the number one point of energy. I know, Nickey, you are so passionate about your adventure club and about giving adults a new line of life, giving adults the childhood they lost, the childhood they never valued when they could. And now it's time for us to understand what makes you fired up, what puts you on fire, what is that you have inside and you never knew about? What is that amazing feeling you have when you are excited, when you are ready to go for something new and explore things you never thought existed before?
Yes, that's right, Marina. So when we talk about energy, it's got different meanings for everybody. But what I like to think about is what it invokes a reaction inside of you. So your experience can create all kind of different energies. It can affect how you feel and how you actually accomplish productive things throughout your day. So some energies are powerful, it's easy recognizable, and others are more subtle and often intuitively felt. So in essence, everything is energy. And what creates energy is the way that we think, our mindset. So in what we say, we think, the things that we do, even the things that we don't do. And what I find very important is what we say to ourselves when no one else is listening. Okay, so you produce energy and it impacts you and the people around you. So I would love my listeners to work on creating more positive energy, because once you actually do that, you improve your life, you'll touch more lives, and you would actually do things that you didn't think was possible. So what do I mean by energy? It's that feeling that you get inside. And I would like to say that it makes you tick, it makes you ponder, it makes you feel, it makes you react. And energy comes in different forms. So let's take music, for example. When you listen to your favorite song, how does it make you feel? Does it make you want to sing, dance? Is it making you energized? Is it making you happy? Is it making you sad? Is it taking you back in time to a memory about someone or a place that you visited? So I would actually like to tell you about Chantal. Now, Chantal is a client of mine, and I'm currently working with her to help her lose weight. And she came and she saw me and she said she wanted to do something totally different. And I mentioned the Worrior Race. Now, at the time, Chantal was weighing 115 kilograms, and she had no self-belief. She was insecure. She believed that she was too fat. And when I mentioned the Worrior Race, she said to me, "Oh no, I can't do the Worrior Race. I'm going to be the fattest girl there." And I just looked at her and I said, "You know what, Chantal, let's sit down." And I could see that the emotions was there. It was welling up in tears in her eyes. And when I spoke to her, it just felt to me that she wasn't listening to me, because all she was thinking is that I'm going to be the fattest girl. And that's where she got stuck. So I spoke to Chantal, and the first question I asked her, I said to her, "Chantal, do you have faith that I can help you lose weight and get you through this obstacle course in 3 weeks' time?" And she actually went rosy in the cheeks. She wanted to burst out into tears. And I just asked her again, "Do you have faith that I can take you through that and you can be successful at the end of the day? You can achieve that. This is not about how big you are, how small you are, how fast you are, how slow you are. It's about just taking each obstacle as it comes." But of course, Chantal didn't believe me. And it was a long road in 3 weeks. But every day I sat down with her, we had a chat. I was always upbeat in my own energy, so I created a positive energy already for Chantal to come into. And that already made a huge difference because, you know, she would walk through the door and you could see she's had a difficult day. Lots of things has happened. Her energy is low. When I looked into her eyes, it was looking like staring at a blank wall, just absolutely no self-belief. And we trained with Chantal every day. I taught her how to eat healthier. We walked every morning. You know, we just really took her from a really low energy to a bit of a more intermediate energy where I could see that the self-confidence was building up slowly but surely, which made my heart sing because it's a really tough road out there, and especially if you don't have self-belief. I cannot help or take you on any adventure if you can't create your own positive energy already and wanting to do it. Yes, everybody is scared, everybody's got insecurities, everybody believes they're not good enough. That's okay, but that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you. I'm here to give you those 10 jumping jacks just to get your energy vibration higher before we actually start talking. And let me tell you, there'll definitely be a smile in your face after we've done the 10 jumping jacks. First of all, you're going to be out of breath, and then you're going to go, okay, well, this is not so bad. Let me hear what Nickey has got to say. So we took Chantal 3 weeks later, went on to the Worrior Race. The morning of the race, I could still see that she had a lot of self-doubt. I got my whole group of ladies together, spoke to them again and say, listen, today we're doing teamwork. Everybody helps each other. We don't leave any lady behind, and we take every obstacle as it comes. And I think what amazed me the most from all of my ladies, because they were all very, very nervous, was the fact that I had to lead them. I had to constantly reassure them. We went over the first obstacle, and Chantal was nervous and she kept on saying, I can't do it, I can't do it. And I said, Chantal, of course you can do it. So a few ladies went in front of us and we helped Chantal over the first obstacle, and she turned around. And in actual fact, I could see her face light up for the first time in 3 weeks, like I've never seen it before. It was like an amazement of a little child who's done something new. I've achieved something, I've done that. So right, I've done one obstacle, I've got 20 to go. And as we went through the 10 kilometers of the Worrior Race, I could just see the self-confidence building Chantal. The teamwork of the ladies was phenomenal. They were encouraging each other. There was only positive words spoken. We were laughing all the time, which was extremely great fun. Even when we got stuck in the mud for probably about 30 minutes, where the mud would actually suck you in, that you can't move. And the teamwork and the camaraderie that came out of just that section of the mud where we got stuck, and how everybody helped each other, not just my team of ladies, but everybody, a total stranger, the words of encouragement. I've never actually seen anything. It was just out of this world and phenomenal, where if you surround yourself with like-minded people, people can lift you up, people who can inspire you, who can just say one kind word to make you smile and see the light of the end of the tunnel. That was amazing. And once we went through the mud, we all stood at the end. We were covered in mud. We were so dirty. But the joy, I mean, people were standing on one spot, running on a spot. They were screaming, they were yelling just to get rid of all this energy that's now actually built up. So going from an extremely low energy to an extremely high energy was such a nice transformation. And once the last obstacle was actually, we had to jump 5 meters into the water. And Chantal had no problem with it. By the time we got to the last obstacle, she was the first one in the water. And I was in absolute awe. And once again, quite funny, I was the one who's afraid of heights. And my team stood together behind me and told me that I can do it. And just with them encouraging me, I jumped into the water. Not that it was my favorite part, but just to show that everybody has got a weakness somewhere along the line. And it just takes one person to encourage you, to make you believe that you are able to do absolutely anything when you change your mindset and you want to do something. So, I mean, as athletes, what we normally do is we listen to music before we go to an event. So it doesn't matter what music you listen to, but that music creates a feeling. It creates a positive vibe within you. It raises your energy. And that is how we will then get through a race. So everybody does something different. So whether you do yoga, whether you do meditating, whether you're doing outdoor adventure, Whether you're spending time with family, having fun and laughing, and just enjoying each other's company, always focus on gratitude. Over to you, Marina.
Wow. Nickey, I love the story you shared with us, because I always believe that each one of us is a energy converter. Because the energy is there, either positive or negative, but it's always the we have this ability to transfer one form and energy into another. So doesn't matter how sad you feel in certain times, with simply smiling, you could go on the other side of the spectrum of your emotions. And it's that simple. So it's like you said, it's what you said is so profound, because really it takes you to make a decision to have better thoughts than the moment before, to change everything, to change the way you feel inside, to change the whole world around you. Because we do this at our event, we do this quite often. So we ask the audience to imagine the most terrible moment in their life, when somebody or themselves had an accident. And 1 minute into that memory, they have to smile. And that exercise proves how powerful a smile is, how much energy could raise your spirit. And of course, coming back to Chantal's story, she was having her defense energy very, very high, because she got all these thoughts about herself, that she's fat, she's not good enough, she's too heavy, whatever it was in her mind. And then your energy, you brought along your own energy, and that is contagious. And it's just so important to understand that you do influence others, total strangers, people in surrounding your or in your own environment. And it's always what everybody brings at the table. So let's say you are in a family where everybody is moody, and if you don't do something for them to transfer their negative energy into a positive one, they will affect you. You will feel moody as well. So, in other words, if you don't put a big smile on your face, the chances are their long face is going to contaminate you. And I see how your adventure club is creating a different type of environment where only high energies are allowed, and it's so contagious, and it is the energy of the team, and nothing seems impossible anymore. And coming back to Chantal's story, which I think is very, very, I think our listeners will relate to this, is the fact that you need to understand that the environment, when the environment you are in, even by yourself or with people you known for all your life, maybe is not the right environment. So it's time for you to get free, to break free your limiting beliefs, and go out and find people who could raise your spirit, because the energy you are talking about is not only spiritual, is not only emotional, it's also physical. So when you focus on a project like running for 5 kilometers, or sinking yourself and fighting the mud, or whatever it is, the race warrior is actually the best project for you to focus on achieving your goal and get to the finishing line, be with your team and celebrate. And I think the most important aspect of this race is the finishing line, when you are going to celebrate with the people waiting for you, with the people who've been through the same process, they've been part of the same race, and they made it, which means two things. Firstly, means that if they made it, it's possible. So you get that right in front of you. There is no excuse. If somebody else made it, I should be able to. I could be able to. And secondly, gives you the power of anticipation, gives you the vision that you could be there with them actually celebrating, and you won't be left behind, you won't be left alone, you won't be left with your worries, you'll have something to look forward in your life. And I think it's a wonderful experience, and I think that this should become mandatory, Nickey. I think people around the globe should start your adventure club, and you should guide them and you should help them to organize those races, because it's not a race against other people. You are not competing against somebody else. You are competing against yourself, against your own limitations, against your own social conditioning. Because we had Caspar Moody, the Champions host, hosting his show before, and he was talking about the time when he was 10 and his weight was he was weighing more when he was 10 than when he was 24. So he was called the fat boy, and he felt like the fat boy. But in his mind, it was a vision. He had this vision of himself being being on the track and being a champion and celebrating with the people who were athletes and they were champions already. And that inspired him, the fact that other people done it. Even at the time, nobody believed in him, and he had to go through all the trauma of skin removal and everything else, all by himself. So to me, it's not a question of should I, could I, is about your vision. Exactly like you said, it's a mindset. When you know that must be more to life, must be more to life than just being worried or just being feeling inadequate. It is not something that somebody else can decide for you. It is a decision you can make right now. And the way you do that is taking having two things very clear. You need a team of soul-minded people, and you need to have an honest conversation with yourself. What is that you want in this lifetime from your life? Over to you, Nickey.
Yes, thank you, Marina. Wow, very wise words over there. It's totally got to do with the mindset and surrounding yourself with positive energy, because at the end of the day, it is contagious. And if you're positive and you've got absolutely high vibration and high energy most of the time, you should be sharing it with other people and teaching them how to do it. And so how you can obtain positive energy is by making a list. Go deep inside yourself and ask yourself, what makes me feel good? What can I do for the rest of my life that makes me feel good? Don't just do it one day and let it go. Every day do something that puts a smile on your face, and you can actually carry that smile over to somebody else. So you make your little list. Like I said earlier with myself, I like outdoor adventure. I like spending time with my family because we always laughing. There's always high energy. We always making jokes. So whether it's reading a good book for you, or you go out and you cycle your bike for a leisurely ride, it doesn't matter. It's whatever creates a positive feel inside of you, inside of your core, and it makes you feel happy. That is what you should do more of on a daily basis. And positive energy is contagious. There's no lie about it. And personally, I prefer to be around like-minded people who builds me up, who makes me believe in myself. And I then enjoy doing that for other people, because everybody is a shining star. You just need to look inside of yourself and decide where you're going and where you want to be and how you're going to get there with the right support structure. Over to you, Marina.
I know, Nickey, that you are a woman on a mission, and it's not only that you founded the Adult Adventure Club, but you also take this mission globally now, and there are a couple of trips coming up as we speak, and you are going to enroll more people to open similar clubs, or to open your clubs in different locations in the world. Tell me, what is for our listeners to expect when they enroll? Because I think there is only one thing they can do right now to change what they don't want in their life for what they want, to trade the fear they have for physical exercise and adventure for love and for turning everything around for themselves. Doesn't matter they're in their early 20s or late 40s or early 60s or late 70s. It is a time in your life when you have to decide enough is enough, now is my time. So what is the Adult Adventure Club offering to our listeners that they have to embrace right now, and they have to pick up the phone, they have to email you, they have to get in touch, and they have to invite you to their country so you start the adventure club within their local community?
Okay, so what I've got installed for my wonderful peeps out there is an adventure club where we go for 3 to 7 days of boot camp, but it's all about adventure. And I love the idea of starting it off with something similar as a Worrior Race, where we can actually build the belief in yourself and see yourself grow, which is then followed by all kinds of outdoor activities, of river rafting to paragliding to hot air ballooning to mountain biking to interacting with elephants and cheetahs and so forth. So we've got an array of activities. We are setting up a package deal and we can add to it. So all that my listeners out there have to do is get in touch with me, www.nickeybarnard.com. And on my website, you will then see all the wonderful activities that we do in South Africa. And just remember, we've got the best weather in the world, so you really don't want to miss it. Over to you, Marina.
Wow, Nickey. Now I feel like jumping on a plane right now.
I'll be waiting for you.
So Nickey, I know, not long ago, you've been talking about actually, you weren't talking about yourself, you're talking about somebody else, but to me was you sharing your heart, and you're telling us how much you love to help other people who cannot help themselves. And tell me, in terms of helping others, how is the Adult Adventure Club helping other people?
Okay, so first of all, with a positive mindset. Secondly, with charity. We are supporting a charity called Baby Moses, and it's a mom and a dad that had a very rich materialistic life and came to realize that there's more to life than actually owning all the materialistic things, and they needed meaning. They decided to take in children of all ages that are abandoned or not looked after, or what is the word I'm looking for?
They were powerless. They couldn't control their own life circumstances. And
yes,
yes,
that is right. So we've actually been to Baby Moses, and we go there at least every second or third week, whether we are taking them goodies that our community has donated or whatever it might be. But we actually go and we spend time with the children. And there's this little boy. He is such a little honey. His name is Andres, and he is 7 years old, and he's got an absolute thing for lawnmowers. So they bought him this little lawnmower, and every time I go there, he's mowing the lawn, and he will make the sound of a lawnmower constantly. And I would go to him, I say, "What are you doing?" He goes, "No, today I'm mowing the lawn again." And he actually makes as if he's starting his lawnmower, and then he starts mowing the lawn. But he's such a honey bunch. The kids are very well mannered. They are very well looked after. Baby Moses they solely depend on the community for assistance. They have absolutely no support from the government. So yes, I like working with the underdog, and they do a wonderful job. They've also got a little girl there that they've subsequently adopted, and her mom was actually using all kinds of drugs, cocaine and whatever else while she was pregnant with this little girl. They have changed her name in the interim, so I choose not to say it for security reasons, if I can put it that way. But what a beautiful girl. The only thing now is with her is that obviously she can get addicted at absolutely no time. So they have to be very, very careful what medicine she gets, what tablet she drinks, depending on what's in there. I think it's the iodine, if I remember correctly, they told me that she can get addicted to by just taking one sip or taking one tablet. So when you do go there, you actually look at their lives through different eyes, and the gratitude that you feel for your beautiful life and for the way that you were brought up and so blessed. Then you look at these kids and they've been through such traumatic experiences, but they're still smiling. And I do believe it's got to do with the mom and dad of the house. They've given up everything. It's a happy home. it's it's like 20, 25 children all together. They share rooms. There's discipline in a good way, but the kids are just fabulous. You never see them upset. They're always smiling and always grateful and extremely happy whenever we go there. So whether we're helping them with the homework or whether we're having a swimming pool day where we actually swim with the children and we play with them just to give the mom and dad a break, it's just phenomenal. It just really makes my heart happy to see that we can actually make a difference in children's life, especially because at the end of the day, I do believe that children are our future and we really need to educate them well and teach them well. Over to you, Marina.
Wow, Nickey, is there anything that you can't dream and you can't do it? I see your heart, and I see that for you every single challenge is nothing but a great opportunity to win, and your desire to reach out to other people's heart and help them achieve their full potential are just limitless. And for our listeners who if are listening right now and are thinking, well, maybe it is great, but I will fail because I can't even start thinking, and it's better to do nothing and feel that I succeed. But you know what? You don't succeed if you do nothing. You only win your limitation when you do something great and fail and do it again, and there is no such thing like failure. Absolutely not. And the living proof is Nickey, who went through so much in her life. And I think that the greatest achievement or the greatest strength Nickey, the adventure host, got is her mindset. And that is contagious. From both of us, until next time, have more adventure in your life. Life is not worth living without adventure. Goodbye.
Goodbye.